You bought tools at Harbor Freight last year, thought you got a deal. You didn't. Not compared to right now. These New Year blowouts exist for one reason: clear inventory before new models drop. In 2 weeks, these prices vanish. I'm walking you through 7 deals that are aggressively discounted. Almost too good, but there's a catch, always is. I'll tell you which are worth grabbing, which are traps, and which one Harbor Freight is losing money on. Let's start at number 7 and work down to the deal selling out first. Number 7. The Icon 56-inch tool chest. Right now, Harbor Freight is running their Icon line at prices that shouldn't exist. We're talking about a 56-inch tool chest, roller cabinet combo for under $1,300. Now, if you know anything about tool storage, you know that Snap-on and Mac tools charge 4, sometimes 5 times that for similar builds. But here's what they don't tell you in the store. Icon is Harbor Freight's premium line. It's designed to compete directly with the truck brands. Same ball bearing slides, same gas struts, same powder-coated finish that won't chip when you inevitably drop a wrench on it at 2 a.m. in your garage. The catch? Harbor Freight only stocks these deep discounts at the beginning of January. By February, the price creeps back up. By March, you're looking at full retail again. And the thing about tool storage is this: you don't realize you need it until you're standing in your garage, tripping over a socket set, searching for that one 10mm that's disappeared into the void. Imagine trying to organize your workspace in 3 months when this chest is $600 more expensive. You'll remember this exact moment, when you could have locked it in. But that's just entry level compared to what's coming next. Number 6. The Bauer 20 volts. Cordless combo kit. 6 tools, 2 batteries, 1 charger. Normally $299, right now $179. You're thinking, battery-powered tools, they're all the same, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. And this is where Harbor Freight is playing a game most people don't see. Bauer used to be their budget line. Decent, but not great. Then they redesigned the entire 20-volt platform last year. New brushless motors, better battery management. And here's the kicker: the batteries are cross-compatible with their newer Hercules line, which means you're not just buying a drill and an impact driver, you're buying into an ecosystem that lets you upgrade later without replacing your entire battery collection. Ryobi figured this out years ago. Harbor Freight just caught up, and they're practically giving it away to get you hooked. But think about this for a second. Why would they sell a 6-tool kit for $120 off right now? Because they know once you've got 3 Bauer batteries sitting in your garage, you're locked in. You're not switching to DeWalt. You're not switching to Milwaukee. You're staying in their system. And the worst part? It's actually a good system now, so you won't even mind. But here's where it gets interesting. Number 5. The Predator 3,500-watt inverter generator. Generators. You don't think about them until the power goes out. Then you're scrambling, panicking, realizing you can't run your fridge, your freezer, your sump pump, or charge your phone while the entire neighborhood sits in darkness. Right now, the Predator 3,500 is marked down to $599. That's $200 less than 2 months ago. That's $400 less than a comparable Honda. But let's talk about what you're really buying here. This isn't just backup power, this is freedom. This is the ability to tailgate without relying on someone else's setup. This is running power tools on a job site without extension cords snaking across the yard. This is knowing that when the next winter storm rolls through, or the next summer heat wave knocks out the grid, you're not at the mercy of the utility company's repair schedule. Now, here's what Harbor Freight isn't advertising. The Predator line has a failure rate. Not a huge one, but it's there. About 8 to 10% of units have issues in the first year. But here's the thing, they have a 2-year warranty, and their return policy? Borderline aggressive. You walk in with a problem, they swap it out. No questions. Which means you're essentially getting a Honda equivalent generator at half price, with a safety net that most premium brands don't even offer. But that failure rate? That's why the deal exists. They're offloading inventory before the next production run, which means this price won't last past January. And if you think that's aggressive, wait until you hear number 4. Number 4. The Earthquake XT, 20 volts, cordless pole, saw. This one's weird, and it's genius. $129, down from $199, for a pole saw that extends to 10 feet and runs on the same 20-volt batteries as the Earthquake tool line. Now, you're thinking, I don't need a pole saw, and you're probably right. Until that branch hanging over your driveway starts scraping your car every time you pull in. Until your neighbour's tree starts dropping leaves into your gutter. until you're paying someone $200 to trim something you could have handled yourself in 15 minutes. Here's the psychology Harbor Freight is playing. They know pole saws are impulse buys. They know you'll walk past this in the store, think, hey, maybe someday, and then 6 months later you're renting one from Home Depot for $60 a day because you finally got fed up. But right now, for the price of 2 rentals, you own it. Forever. And the Earthquake brand? It's their contractor grade line. This isn't a toy. This is a legitimate professional tool that's being clearanced because most people don't realize they need it. Yet. But here's where the strategy gets darker. Number 3. You know what kills more DIY mechanics than anything else? It's not electrocution. It's not chemical burns. It's cars falling off improperly rated jack stands. Right now, this combo is $99. Normally $149. And it's rated for 3 tons, which means it'll safely lift basically anything short of a commercial truck. But let's talk about what you're really buying. You're buying the ability to change your own oil without paying $60 at Jiffy Lube. You're buying the ability to swap your own brake pads instead of getting charged $300 at the dealer. You're buying independence from the automotive service industry that thrives on your lack of tools and knowledge. Now here's the thing nobody mentions. Low-profile jacks are specifically designed for sports cars and lowered vehicles, but they work on everything. The difference is clearance. A standard jack needs 4 to 6 inches to slide under your car. A low-profile jack needs 2, which means you're getting professional-grade equipment for the price of 2 oil changes. And the jack stands? They're rated and certified, which means they're not going to fail when you're underneath your car replacing a transmission pan. But here's the catch, and this is important. Harbor Freight's jack and jack stand inventory moves fast. They don't overstock safety equipment, which means when this deal sells out, it's done. There's no back order, there's no rain check. It's gone until next year's New Year blowout. And by then, you've already spent $500 at service shops for jobs you could have done yourself. But that's not even close to the best deal on this list. Number 2, the Vulcan 140 MIG welder. We're getting into serious territory now. This is not a hobbyist tool. This is not something you buy because it's on sale and it looks cool. This is a legitimate 140 amp MIG welder, normally $449, right now $299. Let me put this in perspective. A comparable Lincoln electric welder costs $600 to $700. A Miller welder, $800 and up. And the Vulcan? It's built on the same Chinese manufacturing lines as the budget models from those premium brands. Same transformers, same wire feed mechanisms, different badge. But here's what makes this deal insane. Welding is a skill that pays for itself immediately. You can repair a cracked trailer hitch instead of replacing it for $400. You can fabricate custom brackets instead of ordering them for $150 each. You can build furniture, gates, railings, tool racks, and sell them if you want. One job. One single welding repair, and this tool has paid for itself. But here's the darker side. Harbor Freight knows most people who buy this welder will use it twice and then let it sit in their garage. They're banking on that. They're banking on you getting excited about the idea of welding, buying it at this price, and then never fully committing to learning the skill. Which means they're essentially giving away professional equipment to people who won't use it, just to move inventory and hit quarterly sales targets. But if you're in that 20% who actually commits, you just bought a $700 welder for $299. And it's going to change the way you approach every repair, every project, every "I wonder if I could build that myself" moment for the rest of your life. And now we get to number 1. The deal that makes the least sense. The one Harbor Freight is almost certainly losing money on. Number 1. The Hercules 20 volts brushless hammer drill and impact driver combo kit. $119. Down from $229. 2 tools, 2 batteries, 1 charger. And here's the thing that blows my mind. The Hercules line is Harbor Freight's direct answer to Milwaukee and Makita. These aren't budget tools. These are legitimate contractor grade, job site ready, abuse them, daily tools. And they're giving them away. But here's why. And this is the part that should make you uncomfortable. Harbor Freight isn't making money on this kit. They're making money on you coming back for more batteries, more tools, more accessories. They're making money on you walking past the end caps, grabbing a pack of drill bits, a set of hole saws, a magnetic bit holder. They're making money on the fact that once you feel the torque on that impact driver, once you realize you can drive 3-inch screws into hardwood without pre-drilling, you're hooked. You're going to start eyeing their oscillating multi-tool, their reciprocating saw, their circular saw. And before you know it, you've built an entire Hercules collection. at which point the $110 you saved on this combo kit becomes irrelevant because you've spent $800 on the rest of the line. But here's the question you need to ask yourself. Is that a bad thing? Because if you're actually going to use these tools, if you're actually going to take on projects, repairs, builds, and improvements that would otherwise cost you thousands in labour, then this isn't a trap. This is an entry point into a skill set and a tool set that fundamentally changes what you're capable of doing. And that's the real game Harbour Freight is playing. They're not selling you tools, they're selling you capability. They're selling you the idea that you don't need to hire someone, that you don't need to wait for a contractor, that you can handle it yourself, right now, today. And for $119, that's not a sale. That's an investment in a completely different version of your life. But here's the problem. This deal, it's already sold out in half the stores across the country, and the ones that still have stock, they're limiting purchases to one per customer. Because Harbour Freight knows what this is. This is a loss leader. This is bait, and it's working. So if you're watching this video right now and you're thinking, maybe I'll check next week, you're already too late. By next week, it's gone. By next month, the price is back to $229, and you're kicking yourself for hesitating. And here's the thing I haven't told you yet. The thing that ties all 7 of these deals together. Harbour Freight's New Year sale isn't random. It's strategic inventory clearance for new models hitting shelves in February. Everything I showed you is being phased out, not because it's bad, because newer versions are coming. 6 months from now, you'll pay more for untested first-generation models, the ones with bugs and quirks that won't get fixed until year 2. These tools, they've been proven for 2 to 3 years. Problems solved, recalls fixed, failure points reinforced. You're getting the final, refined version at clearance prices. Harbour Freight would rather lose money than store old stock, and that's your edge right now. Act fast, because these deals will vanish. And you'll remember the moment you could have grabbed them.